it's Racino, I'm hunkering down. Trying to keep in good spirits. You know, all my therapy over the years, God's got me prepared for this one too. Because if I didn't go to therapy, I probably would have been taking myself to the emergency room, like going crazy. I don't mean to scare you saying that, but it's almost like I was trained for this day. Because I see all the people having trouble. Staying in the house is not easy, is it? It's hard. You get used to it. So why don't you use me as your vessel? You'll like it after a while. You get used to it. But it's still different for me too. I can't go out and get a cup of coffee. I have a simple life. I go to get a cup of coffee. That's my... Or one day a month I go into Manhattan. That's it. I'll go to the park. It's boring, but... And guess what they're making? A stimulus package. Have you ever seen this country go bad? No, you haven't. So, why worry about that? That's what those people are for. They'll fix it. Don't you think they know it's broke? They're gonna fix it. Now, I'm not going to say anything about anybody, money or whatever, because that's not right. Just say if you were a working musician and you got a lot of money. You want somebody saying, how am I going to get any money? I understand, right? But I don't think it's going to last that long where you're going to take a big hit. I don't think... there are people that have a savings account. It's happened to me before. I had to blow my whole savings account. But then they give you some type of retroactive, like the check that's going to come. Something will work out. It'll work out. If they can get the landlords off your back. No offense to the landlords or nothing, because they got to pay taxes. So then give the landlords a break and don't make them pay their taxes. Something like that. You keep everybody protected. This is really bad, Now, I don't see how this virus wreaks havoc on world economy. I really don't. Okay? When it was in China, you didn't hear a word about it wreaking any havoc anywhere. Alright? Then it gets here, and then they start spreading it like a virus itself. And let me tell you something. Somebody said something very smart today, and it was a doctor. He says the fear, panic, and anxiety spreads faster than the disease. Alright? And you know what? You can go to the doctor and the psychologist and all that to ease your mind. It's not the person that's going to do it. It's going to be a person like me. Or a person like that one over there. Or a person like that one over there. because in the long run, the doctor's just going to say, what do you want me to do? Hold your hand? They don't do that. But it is good to go get some professional advice, let me tell you that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. If you need to go get help, you should. In a time like this. Now when they say help, that's for you to find out what kind of help you need. Usually they always attach help to, oh, he's got a problem with drugs and alcohol, he needs help. No, that's not the only help that you can get in your life, you know? You might be feeling like shit right now because of this virus. You can't go anywhere. Maybe if it was just here, right? Wouldn't everybody just get up and they would, if you had a load of money, you could fly to Texas or Florida or California and get away from it. Just like if there was an earthquake in California. Alright, and you had money. Oh, now I'm going to go stay in Florida for a few weeks until all this passed. But not with this. You can't do that. There's nowhere to run. You can't run during a pandemic. And I don't know if it is a pandemic, is it? I mean, in a pandemic, wouldn't everybody be dead already? You know, knock on wood. Now, 80,000 people in the United States died from what I read before. I was looking at the news. In 2018, 80,000 people in the United States died from the flu. That's a lot of people. Now with this whole thing, 11,000 people died. Hold on, I think I just heard something. Just a ghost, I guess. You know what they said is the best thing for the virus? Going around? I'm not saying that you have it. But the best thing to keep away from getting it is sleep. And it's 2:48 in the morning. Do I look like I can go to sleep? Governor chides young stay home. Don't be selfish. He's right. What's wrong with that? It's not such a big sacrifice you have to make. If you don't have any money, it is. If I didn't have my parents, I wouldn't have any money. That's messed up. You know, I sit here and I'm talking. They're making me talk about other people's money. I don't do that. Don't be selfish. If you got a load of money, give somebody some. But what are they gonna do with it anyway? You gotta stay in the house. I don't know, give them $50 and go tell them to go buy some takeout food or something. There was a girl that went out to dinner. It was on the news. And she left him a $9,000 tip. And said, here, use this to take care of your staff for the rest of the week. You got to think, too. The homeless people, right? They need a place to stay, right? But nothing's really changing for them. They don't have a home anyway. And then some of them do have a home. Or they have to go to the church or wherever they're in a shelter or something. And they're getting the same meal, you know. So they're already there where you're being brought to. Like, by being put on restriction type thing. You know? Like, just say if you were the king of the world and they told you, you can't come out of your castle, you know? And then, you're like, well, I can't come out of my, you know, well, what are you going to do? You used to leaving, going out in the morning and going to breakfast or going to the diner or driving in your car and all of those ordinary things. Or going out to lunch, you know, without worrying about whether you're going to die or something, you know. Or if somebody sneezes, that does have to be stopped. People do that. When you're taking public transportation, you know, which is the best in New York, and then people go on there and they sneeze. Have some respect. Don't sneeze. There's a difference between a real cough, too. A real cough would be like... a fake one would be like... They take a deep breath in first and then cough. What you want to do is get some radishes, right? Throw them in a juicer and drink them with some pineapple juice. Because the juice man that had the juicer, right? He says when you drink the radish juice, right? And it has to be in juice form. It's very strong. It has an ether-like. So people that get a cough, right? It goes down, and then it acts like an ether that comes up and cleans the lungs. You know, in a vitamin store, they have stuff that cleans your lungs out too, you know. I think it's called lung clear. I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't mean that you can't listen to someone that has an ailment, you know. Another good thing to do is if you have a cough or a flu or something, or you get a little sore throat or a cold, just take a red onion, put it in a jar, and pour honey over it, and leave it there overnight. In the morning, the honey turns out to be really thin, like water almost, like cough syrup. The onion has ether, like an ether effect in it, so you could put onion and garlic in there, and then pour honey over it in a jar, and the next day you take a teaspoon of that. You might smell like onions, right? But you know, that's it. You know, but it'll have an ether effect. Ether is kind of, you think of it as looking down the street in the summer, and the steam is coming up off the street. You can see the heat waves, like. When I was younger, I got a book. I went to Tai Chi lessons, and I bought a book called the Tao of what was it called? The Tao of Sex, Health, and Longevity. It's a book. So there's longevity exercise in there. There's a lot of sexual health in there. There's a lot of ailments for sickness that you might acquire, not permanent or maybe permanent, or because one thing I learned from that book was how food was discovered. They used to eat what the animals ate, the plants. In China. So they would eat anything that the animals ate. Well, they would eat animals, but that's how if the animals ate the plant, they ate the plant. And then there's simple rules for some eating. Don't eat something and just don't eat anything that has 4 legs. I always thought that was funny. Don't eat anything that has 4 legs. But Sure, when you hunker down, everybody's watching you live. What about me? Nobody would like to see this? You might learn something from me. See, if I can't go to sleep, how's my immune system gonna fight any virus? I guess you can get an ANA test, can't you? Right? Immunology blood test. One thing you could do is drink kefir. You ever hear of it? They sell it in the supermarket. It's already made for you. Kefir. What I learned from that book I was just talking about, The Tao of Sex, Health, and Longevity, they claim that all sickness comes from the colon. So, it's disgusting, but clean your colon. There's parasites, read about it. Parasites, viruses, bacteria. Some bacteria and parasites are good, some bacteria and parasites are bad. Now, I've been doing this for years. Now I see myself, when I see a flood of musicians, and I said for years, I said, how come I'm the only one doing this on Facebook all the time, and Instagram, and all of this? Because I got fascinated with the camera. I was like, oh, I go on the camera, you know? And now I spend an hour, but I used to just do it I'd make a video for 15 minutes and put it on Facebook, and that was it. Now I can't sit down without putting the camera on. If I'm going to pick up this, I can't pick this up unless I put that on. Maybe I got hypnotized to film myself, right? Because why would anybody do that, you know? I get no viewers. The rejection sensitivity is enough to make you want to just go to bed for the rest of your life and don't come out of your bedroom, you know? I try everything, you know? Try to go out, take some photos, I'll play my guitar, or I get very anxious. And this is nearly killing me. I don't know what's going on. Watching this television, I'm starting to think I'm gonna die. This is crazy. I ain't got nobody to call on the phone, which is crazy. That's why I'm always on Facebook. So, looking through the looking glass into people's lives. I know most of them. I met most of everybody I follow, or I met them once, maybe. Some people maybe 2 or 3 times. Some people more than that. Instagram's a little different. You just have complete strangers following you. And it really doesn't turn out that. I don't get threatened by anybody. Just, they're people that are looking through the looking glass into my life. By me putting this on here, they're watching this. I don't call them peeps. I don't care if you watch this. I'm giving you a looking glass to look at. It's amazing what social media does. It makes you find all different types of lives. That I am nowhere near anybody's life like that. I'm not a con man either. I just told you. Now I see something today, right? For all you people that, let's help the musicians and photographers out in this time of need. I was doing this, I didn't make one dime of money, right? And I took pictures, I didn't make 1 penny for any picture I ever took. Not 1 penny. I never asked for it either. I do it in a different frame of mind, see? You call this work. This is not work for me. This is objectivity to ease my mind and my mental pain. And for years, people would tell me, "Oh, those pictures are good. Those pictures are good." Well, they're pretty good. Some people, you know. But I found out after a long time, my pictures stink. Some of them are good, but ain't no money doing that. I'm not a photographer like people think I am. It's almost like being an imposter to call me a photographer. The only way for me to be a photographer would be, and I checked it out, would be to go to the New York Film Academy or something like that. And you need $40,000. Can you believe that? $40,000? You get a $5,000 camera when you leave the place, but that's too much money. How the fuck am I going to get $40,000 to go to photography school? Excuse my language. If that's $40,000, then I got people saying, you don't need to do that. You could just go take a course somewhere and, oh yeah? Take a course somewhere, then how am I going to sell it? Nobody buys nothing. And when you look at the stock photos, there's millions of photos out there. Who's buying that? They don't even buy that from the best photographers in the world, you know? I don't understand the business. I just can't. I take pictures of rock stars. I like doing that. It's great when you come home and I hang them on the wall here. I want to take these ones down and put up new ones. But I'll save the pictures though. But like, it's great when you go to a concert. I never did that when I was younger. And you go to a concert and you come home and you have pictures. I don't know. lot of people don't like that, you know. And they're sick of it anyway, too. Sick of seeing people's pictures and... I remember when I had a Nikon FG, and I used to have to buy the film. That was back in the 80s. See, my parents bought me a camera because I was a little crazy. I think somebody told them, get him a camera or something. That was back in 1979, and then I remember getting it, and people thought I was a weirdo. What are you doing with that camera? I used to bring it to high school, and this guy's bringing a camera into school. What's he got a camera for? I used to get then I didn't have money to buy the film. I'm not kidding. I was like, how much does that cost? $3 to get this developed? So, what you want to do is be mindful when this is happening. That's why I'm saying all of this. And don't think that someone that gets a diagnosis like depression or something like that is a complete nut or something. Just means I got problems. I get agitated real quick. I'm not violent or nothing like that. And I can never finish something. Not even a song. Unless it's on a piece of paper. Just the chords and the lyrics. I can make a song right now. 1, 2, 3. Go away, you coronavirus. Body will kick you out. Tell it to go away, the coronavirus. You don't need that creeping round your door. Goodbye, coronavirus. Don't you come back here no more. Go away. See, that's a song, right? But I'll probably never play it again. What is that? Somebody's got to help me. Or do you? I can't remember it. Tomorrow I won't remember it. Something wrong. I don't like everything in life, all the nice things. peanut butter and jelly too. I like wearing nice clothes. If I have any. I got some. Hey, who wouldn't like having a nice wardrobe? I don't want a wardrobe. There's no place to put it. I don't want to be sitting on clothes. Wardrobe if I had like one big empty room, and you could just go buy stuff and put it there, and without tripping over it or something. You know, that's a different story. Coronavirus, go away. Don't take my family and all the people I love. No, no, no. It's funny. There's a hair commercial on here, and you know, as you can see, I'm losing my hair, right? It's coming back, see? I shaved it. It feels so much thicker now. I was treating it with biotin and putting shea butter on my scalp. It felt great. And it's okay at this length, but when it gets a little longer, then it's no good. I don't like it. I might as well keep it bald. It feels so great when you go in the shower and you don't have any hair. I'm telling you. I remember one time with my camera, I was at Caesar's Palace, and I was at the swimming pool, and I brought my Nikon FG to the pool, and there weren't any cell phones, like people with the cell phones and all that stuff. At the pool going, what the hell is this guy? He's got a camera. What's he doing with a camera? Oh no, CNN's on. I need a drink. Well, you believe you need a drink, but you don't. You need something. I'm glad I got. Oh, I shouldn't say it on here, but I take my medication. Not afraid to say that. All the millions of people on medication. Why should I be afraid to say that, or you, right? You would be surprised how many people are on medication. I just don't want to take Risperdal. Because I don't want to be buying a bra and a skirt. It gives you women's breasts. The only time I had trouble, I took some medication one time and I had a convulsion, and I'm afraid. I don't want to take that. Call your doctor if you have trouble swallowing or something, you know? That's scary. I don't want that. I don't like that feeling. It's happened to me before. I say, I've had so many people tell me, why don't you take some CBD oil or something? Hold on, wait, I think I got some. Hold on. Let's see. Let me have some, I guess, right? There you go, I got a whole jar of it right here. See? We gotta get the light on in there. Hemp seed tonic, right? You just give it a little shake. I keep it in the refrigerator. And here's your cup here. Pour a little in there. You get, that's good enough, right? Okay, now here's the benefits here. Okay. It's got turmeric in it. This is very healthy, this stuff. Moringa, turmeric, 0 fat. And now this is hemp seed. This is not CBD, right? But you get it in the health store. It's very about, I think it's about $35 for this bottle here. But it's multifunctional, boosts the immune system. I bought this because aging skin as you get older, and I'm trying to go from the inside out, you know. So, and I went crazy. I went psychodermatologic. What's the right word? Psychodermatology. Psychodermatology, right? But that an example of that would be a child that has acne, a teenager, and they start hiding in their bedroom. They go psycho because they have feelings outside, people looking at them or something like that, you know. But that's why a lot dermatology today, a lot of them are combining a practice of dermatology and psychiatry together. But so actually, if you go to a place to get your skin taken care of, which a lot of women do that, technically you got something wrong with you, because you're always worried about how you look and all of this other stuff. You go psycho over your looks, your self-esteem, you know? So, and that's not in a bad, I don't mean it in a bad way, you know? I'm talking about people in general. If this supports your blood sugar, alright? Supports healthy skin, supports your heart, helps with joint pain, which I got fixed. I couldn't move my shoulder. They were telling me I got to get shoulder surgery. Let me send you for x-rays and MRIs. And I went to Manhattan and I found a Chinese acupuncturist. And I swear to God, one afternoon, that's it. I could lift up my shoulder. I got no pain in my shoulder whatsoever. Look how fast I can move it. I couldn't do that before. Alright? And helps with blood pressure, helps with immunity, helps with inflammation, and cholesterol, all in one jar here. So, now this comes in good. And it contains all the essential amino acids. And this contains omega-3 and 6, and it's high in antioxidant. This. Now, with all those promises on there, and the first time you take this, you'll slim down. Like, you take this at 10 o'clock at night, the first day. The next 2 days, you feel like you lost 20 pounds. Psychologically or whatever it is, you know? So I started taking it again. And it's curbing my hunger again. So it's doing something. It's working. Maybe this hunkering down will be a good time for me to practice my PIMA. P-I-M-A. See, on the backwoods, you got your pinky on the E string. this isn't a time to joke, but I'm gonna miss you all when yous all go back outside. And then I'm gonna feel it this time, like I'll be the only one that's home. And I'll be like, I'm still gonna be stuck here. Which isn't a bad thing right now. Don't get me wrong. I have food, I have shoes, clothes. Maybe it's a good time for the world to get together, including Iran and China and everybody. Because unless you're a complete sicko, you want everyone to die in a pandemic or something, you know? Either they have the antidote, they got the antidote. This is in Iran now, you know? All of this, you know, they're pointing a electronic device at people's foreheads, okay? And it picks up to see whether they have the pandemic or something. I don't know what they're doing, but it's on TV. They have a device and they point it at your forehead. It's right on TV right now. What is that? I feel bad for those people that they gotta be under strict law like that. You know, like, they treat them like robots, you know? Don't treat people like that. Be more lenient. Then I just saw the little girl in the car, and she looks terrified. She's got a mask on her face. And then they take a machine and point it at her forehead in the back of the car. That's why. On CNN. Here's something really strange too. While all this stuff before it was going on and stuff like that, when this went down last week, last Saturday or whatever, it's been going on in Wuhan since December. Last Saturday it hit here, all this stuff. Okay, it hit here. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh boy, that happens sometimes. Oh. In this very room here, I was sitting over there, and there was a mosquito the size of $50 in here. Now I came across, I'm saying, where's the mosquito coming from? How did the mosquito get in here? This place is sealed off. No way no mosquito could get in this place. There's no spiders or bugs or anything. One time we went on vacation and come home. I was with my mother, and we have an alarm and house alarm. 2 o'clock in the morning, the alarm went off. Thought somebody was a burglar in the house. Guess what it was? It was a bat. I don't know how a bat can get down in here. This place is sealed off. The police. I had to call the police. The police came here. We couldn't come down the basement. What do you call? Emergency? The police came. They don't handle that stuff, but they took a look. And the cop was in the basement here, and the bat took off, and it scared the shit out of everybody. Because they're creepy, those things. You know, they get scared like they were going to get hurt or anything. And then couldn't get it out of here. Then you call up one of them guys. Well, it's going to be about $600 to get it out of there. I'm like, well, what if you can't find it? We still have to pay you $600? It's crazy. And then my little cousin, my cousin's son, I mean, he's his third cousin, or my father's cousin's son. Comes over here, and he comes right in the basement. Kids aren't afraid of bats and animals for some reason. He comes in the basement and he finds the bat, puts it in a shoebox, and they let it go out in the street. Can you believe that? So what I'm saying, I got scared. Somebody put that mosquito in here? Because I found these little gnats flying around. Little tiny black and orange bugs. Flying around. Just 2 of them. And that was it. There's no more. You know, the place is clean. I wiped it, sanitized this place. And,